Hello everyone and welcome back. Now we got much of the Windsor Castle model now. Now we just need to focus on adding windows around castle walls. So I basically remove all the towers so that it will provide some space by the time it's done. So we're going to start with the castle wall between the curfew and the garter towers. And I modeled the window size shapes based on the windows around St. George's and the Albert Memorial Chapels. And I am currently working on adding the arcs, but they are not completely done yet. So all I do, just hit on group. Then you want to go to create, and under compound objects, hit Pro Boolean, and then you want to start picking. So all you do is just punch the holes around the walls until there are no models that are shaped as the glass window. Now we got that completed, we're going to move on to place some windows around the curfew tower, which is mostly completed. Then you want to go to Pro Boolean, and then you want to start picking. And there are windows shaped on the back of the curfew tower. That's set. And we're going to but don't worry, we'll regroup them later. Now we're going to focus on garter tower. Do the same thing as before. Ungrip them. And then you want to hit Pro Boolean again and start picking. And then do the same thing for the castle wall between the garter and the Salisbury towers. Ungrip them, hit Pro Boolean, and start picking. And with that completed, we're going to move on to do the Salisbury Tower. You have to ungroup them. And now you do the same thing for the Knights Military Lodge. You do it all the way until you get to the end of the castle wall. And when I looked some photos around Pinterest and Google on how the castle should look like, so I placed some windows around each and every part of Windsor Castle to see how they look, and I used the window shape that I use for the windows for the chapel. I shrink them and place it where it should be so that I could add them to multiple parts around the castle. Delete that. And you do the same thing with the back, too. Although it's going to take a while, but I'm placing the windows where it should be as fast as I could before we can get to the end of this video. I know this part's a lot of work though, but that's how the military knights lodging should look like. I'm just gonna do 3 more. I'm just gonna wait until you can do the work for us. And then it should be good as new. So all we gotta do is just place them where it should be. The easiest way to do it is go to orthographic view. And for the military lodging, we need to scale it. So look at the battlement to see how it's measured, and it should be 27.351. And I want to rotate this 27.351, and I should put it right here where it should be located. And we can delete this, hide it, hide the floor plan, hit hide selection, and for this we have to rotate it to 117.861. So I will rotate that to match up. You can delete this. Go back to the top and place it where it should be. And you want to regroup it. And then you want to unhide all. Place the castle wall on here. The curfew tower, garter. And you want to regroup it, which is curfew tower. And last thing we need to do, we can delete the model as the draft of Henry VIII Gate, and then match to see how it should be located. 4.737. That should be you can just scale it, and I would scale to around here. So there you have it. And we have covered much of adding, placing the windows around the castle walls. And in the next video, I'm going to focus on wrapping up on finishing the arches around St. George's Chapel and the Albert Memorial Chapel. I'll see you then.